Welcome back again, and of course you're watching Music and Adda, and tonight we're in conversation with your favorite singer, the one and only Mamoni. Mamoni, we're talking about a lot of different things, being a bossy, what you do in your house. What I really want to know about your designing, you're an interior designer, you love to design your own stuff, right? So tell me, how did you get into interior designing and what you've done?
Well, actually, from my very young age, I always like to do some sort of crafts like making cushion cover, and I just remember when I was young, I always used to do embroidery. I don't know, you are a young man, whether you understand embroidery or not. Anyway, I used to do embroidery in my saris, in my meklas, and different ways. But not only in embroidery, but I really like to try in different arts and crafts, that sort of thing. But what's happened when but obviously in this country, there are so many opportunities to learn. I mean, you can go to the college, or nowadays obviously it's television. I just think that it's such an internet as well.
Your husband was saying there's a story behind your interior design when you sold a house, apparently.
Yeah, actually what's happened, we before we moved to Bromley, we are living in Bromley now, because we just had a house in a place called Barchington-on-Sea. So it is a bungalow. So what happened when we decided that, well, obviously you know that I love interior design anyway, but I really decorate the house so nicely. I mean, it's really nice. If you go there, you would have liked it. And that also, I just picked up designs from different areas, right? So when we were about to sell this house, then I thought that I have to make this house to decorate it in a beautiful way. So anybody enters the house, at first glance, they must love my house. Your house. Yes. And what's happened, when we put our house into the market, and then what's happened, honestly, I don't know whether you are going to believe me or not. The first couple, and that was the first call as well, they came to see my house, and they are the ones. The first couple, they came to see my house, and it was Wednesday. And then in the evening, they came to see the house in the morning, and in the evening I got the offer. And they really put quite a sensible offer, and they liked the house. So I'm very proud in a way, because, you know.
Your husband was saying that the outside of the house, it wasn't so kind of really glamorous, or shall I say. But he said because of your artwork, because what you did inside the house, they actually came in. And
that's very true, Shuman, because what's happened, my house, when we bought it, it was a small kind of bungalow, but we knew that there were quite a big spaces at the big garden at the back of our house, and we knew that we'll have to do something. So we extended the house, so that because it was old bungalow, so from outside when you come, you never know that how big the house is. It is just a complete illusion, you know, and that is why. But we couldn't do anything in the front. That is why we extended towards the back, and inside back is real big and it's real nice.
So we have a very talented interior designer here, well as the singer.
I don't know, I can't say anything about myself, but I love interior designs, and I have interest in it. And whatever things I do in my house, it seems that people really like it, and I'm very happy with it. Well,
and we're loving it here as well tonight, the way you're singing. Let's move on to another song. Which one are you going to sing for us?
Right, okay. The next song I'm going to sing, it's a very popular Assamese song. It's sung by Khagen Mahanta. Do you know Papan, the Angaras Mahanta?
Angaras Mahanta, yeah, absolutely.
That is his father. His father's song. It's a very old song, but it's a very popular song, and I love it. Can I tell you just a little bit about the song?
Sure, absolutely.
Actually, what's happened in that song, it's quite a different song. In that song, the husband, the wife, she's telling her husband that, you know, to look after her and not to go away, right? And then she just telling that you don't have to neglect me, and you have to protect our marriage and that kind of thing.
Okay, wow.
I hope it's a lovely song.
I'm sure we're gonna love it. Let's listen to your song.
হালধীয়া চৰায়ে বাও ধান খাই হাউদৰ পুতেকে নাও মেলি
যায় আমার মন পথাৰৰ লহ বহিয়া বাও ধানবোৰ হালধীয়া চৰাই যাকে কৰে নুচু ও শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা নাও তোমাৰ এৰা শালি গছত টঙি সাজি ৰখা পথাৰ দৰা আমাৰ মন পথাৰৰ মেঘৰ মৰম পানীত আৰু বেলিৰ মৰম ৰ'দত আইৰ বকুলতিৰ বুকু বোকাৰ এটা পাত হাজাৰ হাতৰ পৰা মুঠি হাজাৰ নাঙল উচিন চৰাই যাকে তাতে ঘটাব বিপদ হাজাৰ হাতৰ পৰা মুঠি হাজাৰ নাঙল উচিন চৰাই যাকে তাতে ঘটাব বিপদ শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা কথালৈ কাণ কৰা ও শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা কথালৈ কাণ কৰা শালি গছত টঙি সাজি ৰখা পথাৰ দৰা আমাৰ মন পথাৰৰ লহ বহিয়া বাও ধানবোৰ হালধীয়া চৰাই যাকে কৰে হেনো চুৰ ও শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা নাও তোমাৰ এৰা শালি গছত টঙি সাজি ৰখা পথাৰ দৰা আমাৰ মন পথাৰ কলপতীয়াৰ লহপহীয়াৰ দীঘল দীঘল পাত ধৰি মোৱা বতাহ ছাতিৰ পাওঁ পিছৰে তাত হাতখুৰীয়া মুৰুলিৰ মঞ্জুৰুৱা দুখৰ অধিক গুটিৰ কপত আছে শুনা তাত ইমান বছৰ দেহা পানী কৰিছ কৰা নিদিও এৰি চোৰৰ হাতত এই মাটি দৰা কত যে কাকতি ফৰিং উৰাই দিলো উৰাই কত যে বলিয়া হাতকে ৰাখিলো বলাই ও শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা বুকু যে দাঁত কৰা ও শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা বুকু যে দাঁত কৰা শালি গছৰ টঙিত বহি ৰখা পথাৰ দৰা আমাৰ মন পথাৰৰ লহ বহিয়া বাও ধানবোৰ হালধীয়া চৰাই যাকে কৰে হেনো চুৰ শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা নাও তোমাৰ এৰা শালি গছত টঙি সাজি ৰখা পথাৰ দৰা আমাৰ মন পথাৰ শহুৰৰ ল'ৰা হে নাও তোমাৰ এৰা হে নাও তোমাৰ এৰা হে নাও তোমাৰ এৰা
Beautiful.
Thank you, Shuman.
Wonderful. It's just the way you, I mean, I think the music doesn't have any language, obviously. I believe in that. And if it's whether Assami music,
Yeah.
or typical Bollywood music, Bengali, I listen to every kind of music there is, Spanish, Arabic, whatever, and I just love them as well. Although I couldn't understand what you were singing. It was
Yeah.
difficult for me to understand because of the language barrier.
Yeah, I understand.
But it's just the emotion was there, the feeling was there, the love was there for your music.
Oh, thank
Super.
you.
Thank you very much for singing such a wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful
thank
song.
you, Shuman. Really, thank you.
What I really want to know from you now is, obviously, part of your life is traveling. You
Yes.
had to travel, you had no choice because of your husband, because of his professional career, that, you know, he goes to different countries and work there. What was it like for you, firstly, traveling? I mean, you had no choice, you had to go.
Yeah, actually, tell you the truth, both myself and my husband, Amit, we both love traveling. And what happened is I just believe that in every house there is always something, you know, there are certain things, it's always there. And I just find that whenever you are at home, these things always bothers you. I mean, even if you do not want to think it, there's always something. So whenever time we find, we always go for traveling, because just to get rid of everything. I mean, when we are at different places, we really don't want to think anything about it. And I think that is why we travel, because it's another way of to adjust to your life, I think.
Of course, you have to adjust with the culture, the place. How long were you in Switzerland for? I mean, was it Switzerland?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, sorry, New Zealand.
Yeah, actually, we that's a really it's such a lovely time we had in New Zealand. We were in New Zealand for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, because when that's very recent actually, Shuman. It's 2013, I think. It's very, very recent. We stayed there for 2 years, and then we planned beforehand, both myself and my husband, that when we go to New Zealand, because we know that it is quite different, it is in the southern hemisphere. So when we go there, and then we'll go for 2 years at least, not for 2 weeks or 3 weeks like that. And so that you can see the country properly, you can enjoy it. The people are different, everything is different from northern hemisphere. I mean, it's really it's a beautiful place. I mean, there is everything but somebody.
A lot of Asian community there, or I mean, what did he do when your husband was perhaps going to work, or he's doing something? For you, it must be like no one's there, your kids are living here in the UK.
Yeah, actually what's happened, because in New Zealand it's I mean, there are not quite a lot of people like UK. I mean, the Maori, they are the original people, but they are now integrated with the other cultures really. And then when Amit goes to work, I used to go to a community center. You know, it's different types of people, they come. Sometimes we have to teach them, and then sometimes they are making some cooking lessons. I did as well. And sometimes what's happened, they are organizing some functions. But most importantly, I think when the peoples they get together, they are always encouraging, particularly those women who do not have any opportunity to come out. And what we did, we just generally, because do you know the word by mouth of word? Do you know what is it? Because suppose, I mean, if you know somebody or something, you just tell her the message that, oh, there is going to be a party, please come out and join. But what they did, we always ask them to bring a dish, whatever dish they like.
So you just make your own dish, you come to the party.
Yeah, but it is up to the persons what they would like to do.
You know what, Mamoni, we will continue with your music, your song, your story, but right now let's move on to another song, because we are running out of time for a break.
Right.
So which one are you going to sing?
This time I'm going to sing a song, and that is another popular song, and that is actually sung by Rudra Barua. Okay, in Assam everybody knows about it.
Of course, yeah.
And just a little bit about the song. This song is all about harvesting. You know, the girls in a group, they comes in a group, meet in the paddy field, and then they are singing at the same time harvesting the rice. Very simple, but I think it's very effective.
পকা ধানৰ মাজে মাজে সৰু সৰু বালি সৰু সৰু বালি পকা ধানৰ মাজে মাজে সৰু সৰু বালি সৰু সৰু বালি আলিটি পৰি গীতি জোৰে জাকি বালি মাহি সৰু 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 বালি সৰু সৰু বালি পকা ধানৰ মাজে মাজে সৰু সৰু বালি সৰু সৰু বালি যাও কি না যাও খুঁজে রে পাও কি না পাও ভাবে রে যাও কি না যাও খুঁজে রে পাও কি না পাও পাও কি না পাও আগদাৱনীৰ জিৰণি গীতে পথাৰি ধৰে পৰি সৰু সৰু চৰাইবোৰে লাজত পলাই উৰা মাৰে ধান ফালি ফালি সৰু 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 আলি সৰু সৰু আলি পকা ধানৰ মাজে মাজে সৰু সৰু আলি সৰু সৰু আলি ধানৰ পাতে কাটে তেজ ডুঙা পাতে কণী গুটি ভৰা জোনবিৰিকা কৰে তেওঁতো আমাৰ দুখ নাই ধনে হাঁহি বহুৱাই লাহেৰে গীত গাই মন কপুৰা খুলি খুলি সৰু সৰু আলি সৰু সৰু আলি পকা ধানৰ মাজে মাজে সৰু সৰু আলি সৰু সৰু আলি সৰু সৰু আলি
Beautiful, Mamoni. It's time for us again. We have to go for a break now. When we come back, we'll continue with your music,
thank
your story. Dear viewers, thank you for watching NTV on Sky Channel 838, your favorite channel. Keep watching NTV, keep watching the music, and then, of course, we'll be back right after the break.